Daily News, June 20. America's Supreme Court protects gay and trans workers against discrimination. When Anthony Kennedy retired in 2018, gay rights supporters fretted over the loss of a justice who had anchored for expansion of gay and lesbian rights, including the landmark decision opening marriage laws to same-sex couples in 2015. With Mr. Kennedy's replacement by the more conservative Brett Kavanaugh and Donald Trump's appointment of Neil Gorsuch 18 months earlier, LGBT activists worried the progress would come to a halt. On June 15th, the Supreme Court allayed those fears with a momentous decision that protects gay and transgender people against discrimination in the workplace. By a 6-3 margin, the justice ruled that Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a provision that bars discrimination because of a number of characteristics, including sex, prohibits firming or disfavoring workers on the basis of their sexual orientation or gender identity. To the surprise of many, the majority view was penned by Justice Gorsuch. Roughly half of American states have civil rights laws of their own protecting gay and trans workers, whereas the rest do not. So, until the latest decision, known as Bostock v. Clayton County, an employee in much of America could legally wed a member of the same sex over the weekend and be legally sacked for being gay when returning to work. Now, some 8.1 million LGBT workers across America will enjoy federal protection from discrimination when they clock in. When they clock in. This is today's, Gorsuch. Freight. The first paragraph is freight over. Freight over means, I think, worry about means, just a little bit anxious, for that one. Worry about something. Freight, F-R-E-T, freight, okay? Justice, Supreme Court. Justice, that means the highest justice in America. Justice, Chief Justice and Associated Justice. Okay, anchor here is anchor. It just means fix something. Fix something. Anchor. Anchor. And okay, lesbian. Yeah, LGBT, lesbian, gay, LGBT, bisexual, and transgender. LGBT. Landmark. Landmark means milestone. Landmark here means milestone. Marriage law. So they allow the LGBT, marriage, get married, marriage law. Same sex. It means, same sex means lesbian or gay. Same sex. Conservative, conservative party. In Canada, the conservative party is I forgot which party. Not Liberty. Liberty, not conservative. Conservative party is what that? Oh, they only call it conservative party. I forgot the name. Appointment, means assign. Appointment, appointment. The one of these justice was appointed by Donald Trump is Gorsuch. Like 1.5 years ago. You LGBT. Come to a halt. Come to a halt means stop. Come to a halt means something is a stop because they're afraid. Because of the new justice. These the progress to protect LGBT will be stopped. Come to a halt. Come to a halt. Come to a halt. Okay, come to a halt. So that's one. Allay. 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 Allay means just release, not release. How can I say? Relay, lighten, soothing, or something. 减轻、释缓和 allay. So we can say eat something to allay hunger. Means you are so hungry right now, but after eating something, you allay your hunger. You allay the hunger. That's allay. Well, that's one. So I think if some situation is a very bad situation and you did something to allay it, to allay it like this, I think backside plus no, and momentary means very very some significant, important, like this, not crucial, no, not crucial. Also, we can call it crucial. Yeah, momentary, for that. Workplace. Yeah, this we know. Workplace. Government will legislate against discrimination in the workplace. In the workplace, the place where we are working. The workplace. Margin here is not margin. Sometimes we can do like profit. We can like this, but here means no, some difference between something between the vote. I think there are 9 justices, so they voted for that for this law or something. So 6-3, 6 agreed, and 3 disagreed. So 6-3 margin. For that one. If for example, in a election, we somebody win by 100, we can say he won by a margin of 100 votes. So it means he win by 100 votes, and he lost by a small margin. Lost by small margin, so very very small. Disadvantage. The court ruled by a 6-3 margin. So rule. Civil rights. This I don't know exactly. Provision. Provision means terms, conditions, something. Provision. So under the provision of what under the provision of our company's regulation, under the provision of a company's regulation, on the provision of the law, for that, on the provision of the contract, of like this, bar here means forbidden. No, bar here means forbid. Forbidden, forbid to do something. Bar, prohibited. Okay, here bar is prohibited. For that to do something. And so the smoking is barred here. Smoking is barred here. So. And characteristic means we all know it's some trait or something characteristic. I think this people's characteristic. He has some characteristic like that. always smile, for that one, and it's easy, and he's irritable, very easy to angry, like this, and prohibit, yeah, prohibit. Also here same bar, for that one, is not allowed to do something, and fire, and next later will come another word is suck. Sack also means fire, S-A-C-K, sack, and fire both means, unemployed, So your boss just kick you out of the company, like a fire or sack. This favor, this favor means it's not dislike. I think we can also dislike, and this favor means in the company other people, just they don't talk to you. They just everything will keep you out, from the cut you out, you know cut off, like cut you off, they don't talk to you. Just if everything they will cut you off, like they say, kind of we can use cut off, for that, this favor, so on the basis of, on the basis, based on, what we can say based on, or on the basis of, on the foundation of, something. Orientation here means, something direction, orientation, but here means, sexual orientation means, even you're a man, but if your sexual orientation is to a woman, oh yeah, we look like a woman. To the surprise of somebody, to one's surprise, so means, just make somebody surprise, to one surprise. Oh, I can say, to my surprise, he eats, to my surprise, he arrived earlier, comparing to his previous, behavior. Roughly is, means about, around. So they said, roughly, they said roughly half Americans. That means about half Americans, around half Americans, like this. Okay, civil rights, means, still roughly means there are no exactly number, just about, around, for that one. Civil rights, oh, that means the rights as civilians, civil rights. Whereas, but, however, but, like that, the rest, the remain, rest here, the remain, okay, the parts remain parts, rest, okay, and much of China, so means, most, most of the time, much of, we can say most, in much of China, the most of China, so wed, married with somebody, wed, sack, which is said before, like fire, we can say, okay, he got the sack last week. He got the sack. Last week. So the company gave him the sack last week. Give him the sack. It can be verb or noun. No, sack. For that one to get, he was sacked. He was sacked. He was sacked last week. He was sacked last week. Also, can sack and use can be like a bad. To hate the sack means, go to bed and sleep. To hate the sack. Okay. Clock in means start work. Clock in. I think, when you go to work, before you start, you have to, make attendance like this. Clock in. So I think maybe clock out means duty off. Maybe later I will check out. Okay. So this is today's daily news.